We live in some of the best communities in Illinois. We care about our neighbors. We work hard to preserve our quality of life. But there's something we forget about in Elmhurst. A river runs through it, and it's up to us to protect it. Our storm drains flow to Salt Creek, and that means our harmful waste does too. So try using fewer chemicals on your lawn. Avoid leaking fluids from cars. And grow native flowers and plants to absorb more rainwater. Don't muddy the waters. Do your part to clean up Salt Creek.
But welcome, I'm Ken Bartels, Senior Vice President and Director of the Community Bank of Elmhurst, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here so that we can honor our 2015 Exemplary Youth Service Award nominees. These youth all make a, sure, applaud, why not? There's going to be a lot of that going on tonight. These youth all make a difference. They make a difference to each other, they make a difference to others, and they make a difference to our community. And we're proud to celebrate their achievements and efforts and congratulate all of them. We want to thank you also to all the nominators in the room. People don't get awards without being nominated, so you play an important role in the process, and of course all the special family members and friends. As in the past, this promises to be an absolutely delightful evening. So to begin, please permit me to introduce to you our host, District 205 Superintendent Dave Pernot.
Good evening. It is really a pleasure to be hosting this very special event that honors what is often overlooked young people and the difference they make in our community. I think it's probably the group that is most overlooked the most in most communities, and that is the young people that do outstanding work, who really represent the very best in our community, and we often overlook them. And so tonight is a real opportunity to recognize those students. Let me also welcome Mayor Steve Mormley, the City Council, and all of our special guests tonight to be here for this very special event. Students, let me just say, as the superintendent of District 205, I am personally very proud of you for all of the time and effort you have taken to make a difference somewhere in our community. And when I looked at the awards tonight, it's a variety of things that you've done, but let me tell you, as you grow up, your kind of volunteerism is what makes a community better. And so I hope you don't lose that tonight. And it's nice to be awarded, but what's even nicer is when you go home tonight and you think about the good things that you did, that there's something that you did that made something else a more positive event, made a difference in a young person's or an older person's life, and just contributed to our community. So on behalf of the school district and all of the staff and faculty of District 205, we are very proud of you, as we are every day, but very special tonight. So congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you.
And now it is also my pleasure to introduce to you Elmhurst's Mayor, Mr. Steve Morley.
Thank you, Ken. On behalf of the Elmhurst City Council, city staff, and members of our Commission on Youth, for which this program has been a cornerstone for over 17 years, we would like to thank you for joining us as we honor 160 wonderful people here in the city of Elmhurst. Tonight, we shine a spotlight on these young people who give back to their friends and neighbors and to their school community, or to complete strangers through their own efforts and through the service organizations that help make Elmhurst such a wonderful place to live. As members of this community, we want you to know that we see this and we value your commitment. We are certain that your contributions thus far are the beginning of a lifetime of commitment to help improve others' circumstances and better build stronger communities. Events like these encourage a spirit of volunteerism in young people, and I believe help create tomorrow's leaders. I want to take a moment to thank the 3 community leaders who volunteered to read and judge tonight's entries. Dr. Michelle Fitzgerald from Elmhurst District 205. She is the Assistant Superintendent for Teaching and Learning. Deputy Chief Dominic Panico, Elmhurst Police Department. And my friend Diane McGinnis, Director of Community and Government Relations at Edward Elmhurst Healthcare. Mr. Bartels also mentioned, but I do want to recognize and thank the folks, the adults who nominated the young volunteers we're here to honor tonight and brought their service to our attention. If you are one of those folks in the audience who nominated any one of these young folks, I would ask you to please raise your hand and be recognized. A round of applause. Thank you very much for helping in this evening. And one last thank you, my friend Malia Smith, who has really done an exemplary job building up the Commission on Youth over the last 2 years. Thank you.
So thank you, Mayor Morley and Superintendent Pernot. We're grateful to the City of Elmhurst for sponsoring tonight, and of course to District 205 for being our host here in this venue. Tonight we will be recognizing every nominee that's in your program. Each of the young people nominated have truly demonstrated the spirit of community service, and so we begin by commending the contributions of each of the following individual nominees. Now here's how this works. For the individual nominees, once I read your name and start to read things about you, just sort of find your way up these stairs, and you'll be receiving your certificate, and then you can cross the stage and get a handshake from the mayor and the superintendent. And we have 15 of these to begin our program. Our first is Lillian Alexandrova. Our first commended exemplary volunteer was nominated by her neighbor, Terry Rogers. Ms. Rogers describes an impressive and full list of school activities. In addition to Lillian's many volunteer efforts, Lillian is a dedicated member of the York High School Key Club, where she volunteers for Elmhurst Kiwanis events, such as the Charity Pancake Breakfast and ushers for the Elmhurst Symphony Orchestra concerts at the Elmhurst Christian Reformed Church. She constantly volunteers at the Elmhurst and Oak Brook Park districts, as well as at the Elmhurst Historical Museum. Lillian, thank you for consistently volunteering across a number of organizations. You provide a terrific example to others. There are stairs here too, and I would say, please, everyone remember who comes on stage, you're being taped for cable television. So you don't want to do a header down these stairs. You'll be famous forever, but we don't want to see that in any case. Jared Applegate was nominated by Amy DeCillo of Edward Elmhurst Healthcare. In addition to his many activities, Jared has volunteered for 1 year for Edward Elmhurst Hospital. According to Ms. DeCillo, Jared has been a pleasure to have on our team. He volunteers as a guest services volunteer, greeting and welcoming our visitors as they come into the hospital. He assists with training new volunteers with a positive and kind attitude. Jared has also helped with many special community events that he's been asked to be a part of. Jared, you are to be commended for working across many roles as you volunteer. Congratulations. Margaret Bennett was also nominated by Dee Panic of Edward Elmhurst Healthcare. 19-year-old Margaret has volunteered at the hospital since she was a freshman in high school, continuing to return to volunteer as her school schedule allows. Margaret leads hospital tours and, according to Ms. Panic, is the go-to teen when we need a leader or a trainer to help other teens, college students, or staff. Margaret also volunteers for Loyola's admissions department. Margaret, thank you for your commitments. Luke Brigman was nominated as an exemplary youth by Erica Brady of the Elmhurst Park District. Luke volunteered to help in the Elmhurst Park District's mini sports camp. Luke accepted the leadership role with ease and minimal direction, always encouraging the campers and genuinely caring for their well-being. He fully participated in all activities. In her nomination, Erica states, "It was a pleasure to work with him. Luke, thank you for your contributions and your leadership as you volunteer." Nominated by Nicole Feeler, 15-year-old Rachel Chiappetta hosted bake sales to support Cookies for Kids Cancer. She also inspired other students to get involved, and their bake sales have raised $2,000 for the organization. Ms. Feeler states, "I have enjoyed working with Rachel and have confidence she will continue to inspire others around her to find something they are passionate about and spend time and energy on that. She is a good cookie." Congratulations, Rachel, who obviously is unable to be with us tonight. She gets applause anyway. Dee Panic from Edward Elmhurst Healthcare nominated Lydia Faber for her volunteerism at the hospital, which has been greatly appreciated by the patients, volunteers, and staff. And as a volunteer, Lydia warmly receives visitors at the front reception desk of the family birthing unit, providing the face to the public as they approach the unit. She has much responsibility. She calmly welcomes mothers that are in labor and escorts them to triage while alerting staff. That doesn't sound like a calm moment to me. Lydia also volunteers for peer jury at the Elmhurst Police Department and helps at her church nursery, and she might be at the birthing unit as we speak. So congratulate Lydia Faber. Haley Golding was nominated by Amy DeCilio of Edward Elmhurst Healthcare. Haley has volunteered at the hospital for several years. Ms. DeCillo said she nominated Haley because she has been a leader in the emergency department, helping to train other volunteers. She is very consistent, friendly, and giving. The hospital staff have enjoyed having Haley as a volunteer. Thank you, Haley, for your commitment. Gloria Jaquate was nominated by Kim Eifert of the Hinsdale Humane Society. Gloria has volunteered for Hinsdale Humane Society as a parade participant, helps socialize cats in the shelter, that must be interesting, acts as a summer camp counselor, and most recently became a founding member and the volunteer coordinator chairperson for the Junior Board, a youth-led group that organizes community fundraising and awareness events for the shelter. Gloria also volunteers as a cello instructor for children in Elmhurst. Kim said she nominated Gloria because of her commitment, dedication, strong work skills, and ethics, and because she takes all her roles seriously and is an outstanding role model. Gloria, congratulations. Janine Kuhl nominated 14-year-old Ryan Keneally as an exemplary youth. Ryan volunteered without pay all summer for a friend of his family to babysit while the parent recovered from surgery. He also shovels his neighbor's driveway all winter, again without pay, and we will all be moving to Ryan's neighborhood. He frequently serves as an altar server at the early mass or at funerals and helps out the high school football team by volunteering to chart all the plays and help the coaches, and he volunteers at the Immaculate Conception Christmas tree lot. Janine said she nominated Ryan because he is always willing to help anyone simply because it's the right thing to do. He has a true spirit of a volunteer. Ryan, thank you. Brianna King was nominated by Faith Humphrey Hill of the Elmhurst Art Museum. Brianna has been a volunteer at the Elmhurst Art Museum for 2 years, helping with special events and as a junior counselor for the museum's summer camp, assisting younger artists who need guidance. She shares her love of art with younger children by being a junior docent. She shows exemplary work ethics and shares her perspective and passion for art with others. Hundreds of Elmhurst residents have benefited from their interactions with Brianna. Ms. Humphrey Hill states she is looking forward to seeing where Brianna's drive and enthusiasm for art will take her in life. Thank you, Brianna. Jillian Maher was also nominated by Nicole Feeler of Cookies for Kids Cancer. In her nomination, Ms. Feeler explains that when Jillian heard about Cookies for Kids Cancer, a national nonprofit that raises funding for new and less toxic treatments for children battling cancer, she jumped in to start making a difference. Half a dozen bake sale events later, Jillian had raised over $3,000 for Cookies for Kids Cancer. And the sweetest part, when it was time for her to go to college, she inspired younger girls at her school to get involved and carry on the good works. Let's congratulate Jillian. Evan Peratt was nominated by Julie Stegmeyer from Redeemer Lutheran Church. Evan serves as his church's week-long youth mission trip, or serves at his church's week-long youth mission trip in the summer in Linville, North Carolina. Here he cuts down trees and clears land for Habitat for Humanity. He also regularly helps distribute food at the Garfield Park Food Pantry and finds ways in and outside of church to make a difference in the community. Whenever there is a need at his school, York, at home, or at church, Evan finds a way to help with his time, energy, and positive attitude. Thank you. "13-year-old Gabriel Remy was unable to attend, and Gabriel let us know he wasn't coming. He was nominated by Jane Connors from Immaculate Conception's Religious Education Office. He's worked with the first grade catechists for 2 years in the religious education program, has taken on much responsibility. He stays and teaches in the class, plays game with the children, also volunteers at Feed My Starving Children in Aurora and the Northern Illinois Food Bank in Geneva. Thank you very much. "12-year-old Brenton Russo was nominated by Kim Calkins and Sarah Burnside from the Elmhurst Public Library. They state, Brenton began volunteering as a summer reading volunteer as soon as he was old enough and has been a consistent presence in the kids' library ever since. They estimate he has given well over 100 hours. At the library, he stands out for the quality of his work and the quality of his attitude. He's consistent, thorough, engaging, and helps wherever he can. He's forever asking, what's next, and has gained the trust of staff and handles responsibility well. Thank you, Brenton." Will Salick was nominated by Angie Flesh of the Elmhurst YMCA. Will contacted Angie about doing a service project at the YMCA for his Eagle Scout badge. And although Will brought some ideas to that meeting, he was eager to meet the needs of the YMCA. When Angie shared that small children love to watch the trains pass by the YMCA, Will designed, sought donations for, and built 4 Adirondack chairs and a table to place in front of the YMCA for children to watch the trains go by. Thank you very much, Will. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our individual certificate awardees. Now, several groups of youth were also nominated as exemplary volunteers as an organization. We're going to handle these groups because they have some size to them a little bit different. As your name is called, if you would come to the front of the stage, sort of start the first name, come over here by the steps and just sort of fill it in. Number one, you'll get a lot more TV face time this way than the individual nominees have received. But also, at the end, we'll call up a couple of leaders. They'll come across the stage. They'll have the certificates for the entire group, and we'll speed this process up a little bit. The first group is the Circle of Friends. They're to be commended for their exemplary volunteerism, and they were nominated by Patty Blazejack and Principal Linda Fehrenbacher of Sandburg Middle School. 27 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students at Sandburg are volunteers in the Circle of Friends, acting as peer buddies with students in the multi-needs classroom. The young people who are part of the Circle of Friends help other Sandburg students with multiple needs to develop social and friendship skills in school. The youth engage in a variety of activities which include crafts, cooking, games, writing news stories, and going to the grocery stores and restaurants to reinforce skills and be good role models. Oh, you're all coming up ahead of time. Good for you. We want to thank you for your time, your dedication, and your giving of yourself to other young people. So, somewhere up here, we will have Aaron Anderson. Aaron, are you writing the first one? Good for you. Aaron Anderson, Frank Burke Olson, Andrew Check, Isabella de Blasio, Emily Dow, Isabella Filosa, Caroline Fritsch, Mariana Gotti, Haley Gran, David Hansen, Cooper Haas, Jimmy Jurasek, Adriana Kapotis, I apologize for that, Lily Karwowski, Ryan Leonard, Ian Emba, Eva McGivney, Bridget O'Brien, Holt Puckett, Ben Rogers, Stephen Rosario, Jason Schmuel, Nikki Spyropoulos, Caitlin Templeman, Jake Truitt, Peyton Wasserman, and Finley Wells. And I would ask that Ben Rogers and Caitlin Templeman come on up on the stage and get the certificates for the entire group, and we can recognize them all, ladies and gentlemen. The next group is the York All Youth 2014-15 Relay for Life. Annie Sullivan, advisor to the York All Youth Relay for Life team, nominated the 4 senior chairs and the 50 York Relay for Life committee members. Ms. Sullivan nominated the York All Youth Relay for Life due to their continued level of dedication to the American Cancer Society Relay for Life of Elmhurst. The students volunteer to plan, organize, and staff the many relay awareness and fundraising events throughout the year at York. This year, they added the Amateur Musicians Club Relay for Life concert and the Boys Cross Country Conference meet to their annual Paint the Gym Purple, Paint the Track Purple, Volleyball, Men in Tights, all of the efforts that we've come to know and love. These students volunteer to promote and decorate staff and clean for every event. They've mastered the art of running the concession stand and preparing all funds for deposit. These students not only volunteer to be on the committee, but also to be a part of a relay team, which means raising a minimum of $100 individually on top of the efforts above. The York All Youth Relay for Life team is breaking fundraising goals this year. They've already raised more than $11,000 with 3 more events to go. Yes, absolutely. And the committee members include Rachel Astrastain, Audrey Barber, Nora Barrett, Jackson Bodie, Madison Casey, Eric Castor, Olivia Condon, Nathan Dale, Peter DeGrace, Tommy Devereaux, Daly Dumas, Jacob Evans, Grace Foster, Cam Fowler, Kenzie Gaughan, Lauren Gaynor, Izzy Gill, Lucy Gleason, Abby Gundrum, Marissa Guzman, Colin Hamill, Maggie Hart, Ellen Hartley, Josh Hovance, Kara Hovance, Sophia Kilgast, Bob Chrissinger, Luke Libert, Connor Lockey, Megan McGreal, Ricky Mendoza, Gray Miller, Sophie Mordini, Jack Morrissey, Annie Mundell, Lauren Murphy, Caitlin Novi, Walker O'Brien, Bennett O'Brien, Molly O'Connor, Alexis Olson, Joey Perez, Allie Peterson, Haley Rossiano, Ginny Watson, Catherine Wheel, Allie Wolf, Brooke Rossi, Laura Zitch, and Rachel Zitch. This is the group, ladies and gentlemen. And their leaders are here on stage, and we're going to hear from them towards the end of the program. Jack Gergitz, Matt Hogan, Aaron O'Neill, and Veronica Wegner. So they will have your certificates, gang, when we're done. So please take your seats. Thank you very much. Our next group is the York High School Hockey Club. Patricia Wysislak nominated the York High School Hockey Club. For the past 6 years, the Hockey Club has supported the Toys for Tots holiday drive by sponsoring a toy drive during the Christmas season. This year, 38 York varsity and JV players solicited and collected close to 2,000 toys to give to the Toys for Tots program. They met, absolutely. They met at the Addison Ice Arena for a presentation on December 5th to Marine Corps officers who came as representatives. Team members include Thomas Albin, Scott Blair, Daniel Byrne, Joseph Calzante, Shane Cassidy, Anders Castor, Trevor Corsello, Alex Crum, Matthew Davis, Mark Dorsey, Matthew Dufort, Elliot Fafinski, Mark Phelan, John Foley, Liam Gardner, Ethan Horn, Marcos Capsulis, Nolan Kernump, Nicholas Lee, Joseph Levin, Jake McCready, Liam McFarland, Gray Miller, AJ Orlando, Ryan Pedotti, Dylan Reynolds, Michael Rozier, Matthew Sabatini, Matthew Shepard, Kyle Spiller, Parker Stastica, and Anthony Trankina. And the captains representing the team who should come up on stage and receive their certificates are Dominic Gaddy, Joey Hayes, Zach Johnson, Mitchell Kurzweil, Jack Reddick, and Tom Siraki. Gentlemen.
Congratulations, Zach. Congratulations. Congratulations, Tom. Jack, good to see you again. Congratulations.
The next group is Feed My Starving Children. Marilyn Morella of Feed My Starving Children nominated a group of young volunteers from this organization for their exemplary contributions. Feed My Starving Children is a nonprofit organization with the goal to eliminate starvation and malnutrition in children around the world, by instilling compassion in people to hear and respond to the cries of those in need. Mary Alice Shockley was inspired after reading Yellow Star, the story of Sylvia Perlmutter's survival during the Holocaust. And meeting her, Mary Alice and Sylvia agreed that no kids should go hungry. And as a result, this group of 5 friends decided to organize a fun event called Cartwheels for Kids. The girls raised $840 for Feed My Starving Children. This provides 3,818 meals. They are Caitlin Leonard, Grace Maniola, Martha Mikluka, Lola Odoricio, Mary Alice Shockley. Ladies and gentlemen. Sure, come on across the stage, ladies. First United Methodist Church Youth Group was nominated by Ruth Zervas. The youth leadership teams responsible for running the Elmhurst First United Methodist Church Youth Breakfast Ministry, which provides clothing for 60 to 90 guests in the church closing closet and free breakfast twice a month. The youth run this breakfast ministry. Their duties include creating, updating the inventory, training youth, adult volunteers, planning fundraisers, and evaluating the efficiency of the service. The youth have also participated in mission trips to Appalachia, where they build homes and do environmental work, also up in Green Lake, Wisconsin. The Youth Breakfast Ministry is a true source of pride for First United Methodist Church. And there are 4 individuals up on the stage already: Carly Lorix, Emily Lockey, Becca Rogers, and Emma Jordan Wood. Would we recognize them, please? And that concludes our group certificate award winners, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have another round of applause for the groups. Now we move to celebrating the good work of our nominees that the judges have identified as to receive plaques noting their outstanding and exemplary service. There are 6 such individuals and 2 groups. And in this particular case, we'll start off with Emily Belcher. Nominated by Ashley Skinner of Churchville Middle School, in addition to Emily's rigorous academic and extracurricular activities, she volunteered to maintain the Churchville Middle School prairie, encouraging fellow students to aid in the cleanup efforts and embrace the beauty of the outdoors. She also supports the local charity Children Up by helping to run the school's Snack Shack. The profits are donated to support the education of children in Uganda. Emily has also taught other students through her advocacy for student participation in a charity basketball game played annually in honor of a former Churchville's teacher, Marcia Amerio. She's also volunteered at the Schaumburg Feed My Starving Children facility and is passionate about generating awareness for ALS. Emily's ability to connect with people of all ages and develop creative ideas makes her an invaluable part of Churchville Middle School. Emily Belcher. Our next individual award is to Lucas Go. Lucas was nominated for the award by Melissa McGivney. She wrote, "Lucas is a true volunteer from his heart. Helping others is his nature. Throughout all aspects of his life, he reaches out to give back to others. Amidst a heavy course load and a commitment to sports, he has found time to dedicate to other people in his community. He's used his athletic skills to volunteer for Access Sports, a sports program for the physically handicapped. and he voluntarily coached his grade school-aged YMCA basketball team to second place, receiving much praise from parents for his enthusiasm and patience. He volunteers for Grace Cafe, PADS, delivers food for the Elmhurst Food Pantry, plays a keyboard during Sunday services, is active in the church youth group, as well as the York High School Ambassador Program. Thank you very much, Lucas. Exemplary Youth Award recipient Andrew Harmon was nominated by Emily Millaville of the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County. Andrew has completed 2 summers as a volunteer junior keeper at Willowbrook Wildlife Center, home to various native animals with permanent disabilities that live in enclosures along the center's outdoor exhibit trail. He continues to volunteer on a weekly basis as part of the center's family program. Andrew's service is extremely helpful in the center's day-to-day operations, consistently impressing adult volunteers and staff members by improving his ability, taking guidance, and applying feedback to his service in a respectable and mature fashion. Ms. Millaville states, Andrew always shows a great deal of compassion and respect, and we are glad he is part of Willowbrook Wildlife Center. Andrew, thank you. Caitlin Kolasecki was nominated by Jim Karwowski, a fellow church volunteer at Bethel United Church of Christ. Mr. Karwowski describes Caitlin's dedication in caring for the preschool-aged children of their church by safely and creatively overseeing the children while their parents attend services. Many times, once worship is over, the children don't wish to go home. They'd prefer to stay there with Caitlin. I'm not sure what that says about the parents, but that's okay. Caitlin's volunteerism extends beyond childcare to cleaning, landscaping the church grounds, taking initiative to do what tasks need to be done. She also participates in the PADS program. She's volunteered church mission trips to other states. Caitlin participates freely, and her smiles bring joy to everyone she's working with. Thank you, Caitlin. Brenton Russo, a 7th grader at Churchville Middle School, is our next Exemplary Volunteer Award recipient. Unbeknownst to him and to his nominators, Brenton was nominated 3 times by 3 different people. One of his, absolutely. One of his nominations, teacher Ashley Skinner states, this student arrived at middle school already with an enthusiasm for helping others. It was already in place. Brenton volunteers to maintain the Churchville Prairie, participates in the Give to Others Club, and has put his marketing skills to use the Snack Shack profits and expand awareness of Children Up. He also applied his skills to the stage, painting sets for the musical and variety show. He does not wait for ideas on how to help or take directions for tasks. He generates his own and sees where there is a need. Thank you, Brenton. Our last individual awardee is Julian Vrobel, age 12, nominated by Kelly Gottawa of the Elmhurst Park District for his exemplary volunteerism. Julian has spent much time as a first-year leader in training, exemplifying a positive attitude, enthusiasm, and confidence while assisting counselors in activities and games and acting as a good influence on the campers. Julian has asked for more responsibility. He both took and gave direction. His love of camp and nurturing the campers, along with all the behaviors stated above, are what caused most campers and counselors to request that he be in their groups. He was successful in helping to provide a safe, creative, and fun summer. Thank you, Julian. Those are our 6 individual award plaque recipients, ladies and gentlemen. Now we recognize 2 groups nominated for Outstanding Community Service as a group. And in this case, they will be able to all come up on stage. They're small enough groups. And our first Exemplary Award goes to Access Sports. They were nominated by Kristen Boxell, and this group consists of 8 seniors from York High School. Each member of this group has served as a youth volunteer for all 4 years of high school, and most were also volunteers as middle school students. They've all volunteered for Access Sports during multiple sports and for multiple weeks, serving as one-to-one volunteers to athletes with disabilities. Many have acted as coaches, organizing athletes and volunteers. This group has been successful in working through challenging behaviors exhibited by Access Sports athletes. They understand the meaning of volunteerism and serving others. Their commitment and attendance every season has been outstanding. Thank you. You truly have demonstrated commitment. And those awardees are Courtney Amiot, Mary Kate Boyle, Kate Shadoin, Kaylin Hickey, Matt Hogan, Luke Libert, Samantha Seidenfuss, and Vinu Vazkutathil. Ladies and gentlemen, our second Exemplary Group Award goes to the Give to Others Club, also known as the GTO Club, at Churchville Middle School, nominated by Kristen Olson. The main purpose of the Give to Others Club is to raise money through bake sales to donate to organizations in need. So far this year, the club has sponsored 3 families through the United Community Concerns and is involved in a Partner in Hope with St. Jude Children's Hospital. The students nominated also work with the group's Snack Shack, and in addition, Henry's Hut, I had to be told what that was. Henry's Hut makes a profit of about $800 a semester to support the education of a student in Uganda through Children Up. Ms. Olson states, these students' dedication to give back is truly unbelievable. They're extremely involved in school and community and never seem to be overwhelmed because they love it. Emily Belcher, Brenton Russo, and Emmett Zumerchek. And now we have an opportunity to hear directly from student representatives in their own words on the importance of volunteerism. Representing the York All-Youth Relay Team are seniors Jack Gergitz, Matt Hogan, Aaron O'Neill, and Veronica Wegner. I don't know what order they're coming up in, but they do. Welcome them.
Hi, my name is Jack Gergetz, and us 4 are this year's 4 senior chairs of this year's York All-Youth Relay for Life effort. We've been asked to speak today about volunteering. While we share a little about our Relay for Life involvement, no doubt tonight you will hear amazing stories of other efforts that other kids have made. The important thing to remember and to be inspired by any and all volunteer efforts you hear about tonight. For all youth, there are clubs, sports, jobs, and of course schoolwork we can do. Volunteers choose to take that extra step, maybe because we want extra service hours, maybe because we have a passion for a particular cause, but once we get involved, we keep at it because of how it makes us feel. Our efforts help others, and that feels good. My relay story started 4 years ago. Cancer has affected my family and lots of the people around me, and I feel that relay is a way for me to fight back. Raising money for the American Cancer Society gives me hope that in the future, less people will be affected by this terrible disease. The money we raise goes to support programs that assist those currently undergoing treatment and also to research. To me, Relay is a way for our community to come together and support a cause that certainly benefits from the attention.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Hogan, and I've been relaying since I was in 5th grade. I started getting involved in relay by doing little things to help my older siblings out with their teams and going to the fundraisers that they helped to organize on the York Committee. I saw how much fun they had while they were staying involved, and I always knew that one day I would follow in their footsteps and be involved with relay as well. It was around this time when one of my oldest and closest friends' moms got very sick with cancer. The fight against cancer quickly became personal for me. I was no longer only excited for relay because I knew that it would be fun. I was looking forward to making a difference in the community. Relay for Life is something bigger than all of us, and working together towards the goal of beating this terrible disease is really something special. Tonight, I encourage all of you to see what amazing work everybody here has done for this community and be inspired to make a difference in the world.
My name is Erin O'Neill, and I began relay when I was in middle school. By the time I reached high school, my great-aunt had died from, as well as my brother and aunt diagnosed with, cancer. Needless to say, I was motivated to go further. I was presented with the opportunity to join the Elmhurst Relay for Life Committee. From the beginning, I knew it was something special. The members surrounding me were also in high school, but were so smart and dedicated to raise funds and awareness in the town. The sense of community was unreal. Regardless of age, everyone was working towards a common goal, and we collaborated to do great things. Not only have we been successful with several sports teams at York, but also with the elementary and middle schools in Elmhurst as well. I relay because, of course, I believe in the cause, but I also believe in what members get out of it. This organization allows me to help my elders and myself, and I've developed a great sense of character, compassion, and sacrifice, and learned so much about service and people in general, which I could not have gotten anywhere else. The experiences I've had through relay have been some of the most humbling and most rewarding of my life. I am so lucky to have been able to be involved in such a great organization, and I am so proud of what we have accomplished as a committee.
My name's Veronica Wegner, and I started participating in Relay for Life when I was in 2nd grade in support of my grandma, who was battling her 3rd year with ovarian cancer. Although she lost the battle to cancer in August of 2011 after 5 years, she, like most cancer patients, never lost a fight. Relay took on a new meaning for me when my big brother Spencer was diagnosed at the age of 16 in 2011. I felt helpless having to sit back and watch my brother endure surgeries and radiation, and Relay's given me the opportunity to stand up and fight back for those that I love. I relay for Kira Faith-Fidali, a 6th grader at Visitation who lost her battle against brain cancer last October. Even with the tumor growing in her brain stem at only 11 years old, Kira taught me how to love every day regardless and live until I couldn't. My little friend's been gone for almost 6 months, but she still changes me as a person every day. This is why relay is so important. The goal of all the service we do, all the fundraisers and events, is to provide life. But in the meantime, we provide hope. We give family members and friends a chance to get involved in the fight, and we remind those battling that they aren't fighting alone. The work of the York All Youth Relay Committee has made me a better, more empathetic person. It has taught us, the high school members, to give back in every way we can. It has shaped our high school experiences. As you will see tonight, there are many different efforts by many youth that are worthy of recognition. Even though we are young, we can make a difference. Be proud of this award and get back out there and set an example for others to follow. Volunteering is sacrifice. Volunteering means taking that extra step, and volunteering is fun and incredibly rewarding. Volunteering helps others, and that's what it's all about. Go find your way to make a difference. Thank you.
Yes, let's thank them again, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank the Commission on Youth for organizing this event. Over the past 17-plus years, as the mayor said, the Commission has also published a directory of youth services, been involved in the supporting of Operation Snowball and Snowflake programs, laid the groundwork for the District 205 mentoring program, as well as work to promote various youth and family-oriented activities, including this past fall's highly successful community forum on the new face of heroin. We look forward to more Youth Commission-sponsored community events, and the Commission is in the process of partnering with a number of Elmhurst organizations to sponsor a youth job and volunteer fair this coming April 15th from 3:30 to 7:30 in the York Commons. Now, we need to recognize all of the members of the Commission on Youth who are here, and I would ask them to stand. Melilio's already standing. Where are the remaining members of the Youth Commission that are here this evening? They're all in the back. So these people make a difference as well. Now, I would like all of the youth who were recognized, individuals, groups, to sign the poster that's in the cafeteria. The cafeteria is where we'll go right after this for some refreshments. There'll be a poster there, and then the poster will eventually find its way to Elmhurst City Hall. So make sure you autograph that. You are invited to that reception I just mentioned. Members of the PADS Band, a band of young people who were awarded or rewarded and awarded last year at this award ceremony, are playing. I want to thank the Elmhurst Archive Town cable television crew. The times on the back of your program for when this program will air locally are not correct, but you'll be able to find out the exact days and times going forward. It will be on, primarily it'll be on the entire month of April, different nights and different times. I also want to thank City Center for providing a $5 gift certificate for every nominee, our nominators, judges, and everyone here in attendance. It's been a good evening, and we certainly want to reward all our awardees and all of you with one last round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
There are several thousand collisions involving trains each year, which result in over 1,000 injuries and several hundred deaths. A majority of these deaths occur when someone is struck by a train while trespassing on railroad property. Remember, railroad property is private property. Trespassing along railroad property is not only against the law, it's very dangerous. Avoid taking shortcuts. The only safe place to cross railroad tracks is at a designated crossing. Don't get caught dead on the tracks. Stay off, stay away, stay alive.